money. That's what we're talking about. Money. Today is the first day that I have talking about money. I have talked about money in many different forms, money in many different avenues. Definitely talked about finance. I've definitely said the word money 50 million times, but I have not actually talked about money. Money is not real. It is not a thing. And no one who has money cares about it. Please write that down. I would be most grateful for you. Money is not a thing. It is not real. And anyone who has money does not care about it. Conversely, those who think about money all day take loans. Those who worry about money, fixate their minds on money, rarely have it. Because money, let's see, hold on, I gotta simplify this. Jerome is to the church, write this down for me, Grace. Jerome is to the church what the church Jerome is to the church what Jesus is to heaven. There you go. Jerome is to the church what Jesus is to heaven. I'm using his Christian background. Now I'm going to do money. That's pretty understandable. The person is to the...
You ignoring my mic is open, see? So you ignoring me.
Oh, I didn't even see it. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead. I got some good news about Queen Chi, too.
But I wanted to, before you got started, so I was like, you see my mic open, but I guess you didn't. You distracted. I needed to comment. I needed to make a comment in reference to last night. Because
we're talking about it.
Because something was said last night that kind of went boom, and I went, aha. When Jamal asked you about forgiveness, and you answered the question, and I went, oh my. And I realized you said something that was so powerful for me. I can't speak for anybody else, about how you let other people's actions and how you feel about them rob you of what's valuable to you. And then you don't understand why you can't move forward or why you don't have what you're out there working for. Because I said, no, he didn't. But what was the blessing, this is why it was a blessing for me, is because somewhere in this process, and you mentioned me last night about the people in my home want me to sell a home and everything like that. And I realized, and this probably was in December, my whole mentality shifted in that entire area. And I'm doing things now with my sister that I would have never done a year ago. And it's not prohibiting me from working on my dreams and what I need to do now for my financial future. So when you said that, everything just came like a bow. I went, damn. So I just needed to share that with you because it seems so simplistic when you were saying it, like, is it that simple? And then I thought about it. I said, damn it, he's right. And then I was like, so I just needed to share that because for me, that was that aha moment when you said that. And it was the whole call was fantastic, but when you went there, wow. So I just wanted to share that before you got started.
No, I'm grateful. Thank you so much. Yes, absolutely. Grace, you was talking about earlier. Did you need to say something what you was talking about earlier?
Sure. Yes, sir. When Antonio was talking about, he said in general, he didn't point anybody out. Of course, he knows who it was on the call. We don't. But he was saying, some of y'all right now, y'all mad at me, and it ain't me or whatever. And he says, some of y'all have to have somebody to blame. And so as soon as you get off this call, you was on this call and you was mad. You're going to get off this call and you're going to be mad. And you're going to let all this stuff, and when you blame, you're going to blame everybody else except yourself. That used to be me. Every Thursday, he would do, I don't care, every esoteric call, every Thursday, I don't care what it was, something would hit me and it triggered something and I was mad and I'd shut off and I'd just be sitting there listening or whatever. Dead serious. Nobody would know it but him. Nobody would know it but him. I know Dee would probably know it because she would feel me. But, and when he was saying it, but yet, yesterday, and for a while now, that is gone. That is gone. And, I've gotten past that and really learned that, hey, grace is the problem. Whatever's going on is grace. It's nobody else, and it's grace. And yesterday was a really good day. It really was, from the morning call all the way to the leadership class. And I'm telling you, the two people in front of me know I will get offended about every little thing, everything. And now that is I've released myself of that. And so I'm just grateful because I kept showing up, even though, I just kept showing up. And I'm grateful to Antonio for sticking with me and, just say, hey, no, you're not in this class. I can't, because I'm not dealing with you no more. So, I'm grateful that he kept me. Okay. So just want to say that.
Yeah, she sent me into worship. Yeah. You can't say he kept me around a few people without them thinking about how he kept me. You understand? I get it. No, that's two great things. I'm glad. If you don't know what they're talking about, there's a class I've been doing for 8 years. And then I had Deanna and Grace do it for 2 years, and then they had taught with me for another 3 years. This year, I have them students. This year, I have them students, and the whole curriculum is different. And it is it's a doozy. And yesterday was one of the classes I will talk. I think that's the most I will talk all in 40 weeks but I had to do that. That was set up. That class set up the next 2 classes. And just so you know, what I tell you we talking about next week? It was something. No, childhood trauma is next month. Childhood trauma. In fact, let's just forget next week. Let's talk about next month or 2 weeks from now. We will be going over childhood trauma. You will be releasing your childhood trauma. You must release your childhood trauma because your husband is currently dating your childhood trauma.
Watch it.
Yes.
True that.
Facts.
Absolutely.
Big facts.
Absolutely. Your finances are responding to your childhood trauma. Absolutely. Absolutely. Your childhood trauma is doing far more than what you think it is doing in your life. Wow. And the goal of this is 40 weeks. They got 40 weeks with me, and the goal is for me. That needs to be next Thursday. Yeah. Okay, say speed it up. I need it right now. Speed it up, early. And it's a safe place. It's not a public class. What will happen with that class? Every class, unless Kim get on here saying, "Yeah, I had to kill him. I buried the body in the ocean." If she say something like that, then we'll just delete that class and move on to the other one. We'll delete that class. We ain't gonna turn heads. Ain't no snitches in the hood. No, ain't none of that going on. We just gonna delete the class. You understand? We're going to delete the class. And the rest of them, it'll be 39 classes. That would be part of past bender back office. But all you people who are in this class is part of, you automatically enrolled into past benders, which is a very hard, big deal. Absolutely. And the past benders curriculum is completely different. It comes with some certifications, which I won't tell you about, a bunch of stuff that I won't tell you about. And on top of that, this class is a lower step to past bender. If you think this is doing something, then wait for past bender. It goes up, and then the 5, because of the 5 divines, it goes up even higher, and then the inner circle, it just keeps going up. It just keeps going up. So there you go. Queen T, come on, get your camera on for me. We got some announcements to make here. Yes. Queen T,
so I cannot turn my camera on right now, but you can get this book.
I will sell your disrobeness, ma'am, if I can. All right. So it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon over there. What is it? No.
It's
like
4:13.
She must be changing for the dinner, the dinner that she got. Okay, all right. Then. Okay, well, if you cut your camera on, I will pause and sell it, and we will go all viral real quick.
Move on, sir.
Okay, I'm trying to cash in. Well, tell them what you can't tell them. Let me tell them. You can't tell them. You just get to cry after I tell them. She has been personally invited by the head and top brass and staff of Mind Valley to do her Gratitude Rewired keynote as an extended workshop, and they have featured her on the event website, and they have given her own private small group to continuing education after that workshop. Could we put our hands together, please?
Yes,
there you go. Yes. Now go ahead. Now you can see she's gonna be too humble. Yeah. She's gonna be too humble. Now you go ahead now. There you go.
I'm just super excited and super honored to be able to shed a light on this platform and help people be rewired, and to step into another level of transformation through rewiring their mindsets, their emotions, and their actions so they can be the highest expressions of themselves. So this has been quite the experience, quite the journey. I'm being rewired as I am sharing how to be rewired. So I'm just really grateful. Thank y'all so much for y'all support.
You're very welcome. Yes. Now, if you start crying from the neck up, I'm gonna need that on camera. I'm trying to get in the garden on Oprah. I want her to say, "You just always making people cry." That's it, Oprah. Put me in the garden. I want to sit in the garden. Yeah. Well, she's worked hard. Let me ask you one question that I believe is relevant for what Jerome and Grace said, and plus everybody here. Well, I'm asking one question. I'm going to say one thing. I'm going to act like the old folk in the church camp. If God is blessing Queen Chi,
He is in the neighborhood.
He's in your neighborhood.
Watch it.
I just want y'all to just to be like the old folk in the church. Okay.
Come on.
Did you see yourself here? Did you see yourself here a year and a half ago when your business had to be exploded and imploded?
No, I did not. I'm not even sure I knew Mind Valley existed a year and a half ago.
That's about right, because you were so deep in the Lord. If it wasn't the Bible, all stuff like that. Yes, yes. There are Bible principled programs outside of the 4 walls of your church. Outstanding.
Amen.
Yes. To give you an idea of what she is going to be doing, I want to show this to you. I want to show you.
Hey, Antonio.
Yes, sir.
When I'm citing her success story, I'm completely going to omit you. So it looks like all of this happened purely because of my media articles.
That's perfectly fine. I love him so much. That is exactly what I would do too. I'm not mad at you. This is what she's going to be doing, everybody.
For reignite. This is the year for repeat the things that you love. This is the year for recommit. This is the year for redesign. This is the year for re-engage. This is the year for restart. This is that year. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I feel like the words to say.
All right, I just wanted y'all to see. Just wanted y'all to see the same place Lisa Nichols graced 2 years ago. Well, there's a new Lisa Nichols in town. Yeah, she wears a crown. They call her Queen Chi. Come on, one more time, y'all give her a round of applause.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. Your PR professional and coach, Ibrahim Dar, has done a wonderful job with you for sure. A wonderful job. Wonderful job for sure. And exactly, the jokes aside, she's got, when you take advantage of the opportunities that are gifted here. Hey, Ibrahim said, I want to take 3 people. And she forced herself in there. She was like, forget the 3. I need to be one of them. So you need to make it 4 and pretend it's 3. That's what she did. That is exactly what she did. She was not in the number. And then plus, the grant opportunities and all that stuff. She always takes advantage of these opportunities. And then what happens is you work with people like Phil and Susan, and then you become likable. And then the likable people give you their gifts and they give you their contacts. So I had nothing to do with her going to Mind Valley or anything like that. A big part of success is not only to be likable, but it's to be available. Availability is a big part of being successful because luck shows up to people who seize the opportunity. And opportunities only show up to people who are on the road. There are no life-changing opportunities in your comfort zone. They don't exist. They don't exist. I'm sorry. It's just not the way it works. There you go. Money. Money. Right? Money. All right, we got to talk about money today because I haven't talked about money. I've been talking about finance and all sorts of stuff. And then I was doing a little analogy. Or no, it's not an analogy. Is that an analogy? Okay, good. I was doing an analogy. Right. I think so. Whatever. It was on a talk test. Yeah. Yeah, it was. That's the old version of the Texas standard test that you had to take just to graduate high school. Standardized testing. Grace, do me a favor, since you've been taking good notes, repeat everything I said so far to catch everybody up.
All right. Look, that's been said. Money is not real. It is not a thing. And no one who has money cares about it. Also, those who think about money all day or those who fixate their minds on money rarely have it. And then he said, Jerome is to the church what Jesus is to heaven.
All right, because I was getting ready to explain. Money, did you put it in the chat too, Grace? Yes. I'm going to repeat. And I want you, here's the deal. I know you disagree with this. That's kind of the point why I'm stating it up front. I am getting my opposing viewpoints and objections up front so I can then take an extended period to talk you out of them. I never shoot from the hip. I'm far too strategic to shoot from the hip. I'm so strategic, I have to tell myself, stop being so damn strategic. Get out your head and move. It's so hard. It's so hard when you're intellectual. It's so hard to actually move. You spend all day thinking. For sure. Money is not real. It's not. That's why we haven't talked about it. It's 52 or 53? 53. Oh, I put the wrong.
We're on 53 today. I'm sorry.
We're on 53 today. Okay. 53 classes in. This is the first time. What do you mean, Jeff? 53 classes in. This is the first time I've talked about money as far as I'm concerned. They say, you've been talking about money the whole time. Yeah, because the way we use money is a blanket statement. I've been finance. It's what we've been talking about, and I've done a really good job staying away from business, even though it has to come up. You know, these are like kissing cousins, so to speak. So we have to deal with this. Money is not real. And I think this is the most important conversation we had so far, and I have these things written out to where they go higher each time. So right now, this is a pivotal conversation, because if you get this conversation, if you don't be so resistant in this conversation, and you don't have to agree. I'm not saying you agree. We're just telling you to don't be the rock in the river, letting everything go around you, and you shall not be moved. No, I'm going to be here for 1,000,000 years. Don't be the rock in the river. Maybe. And don't be the fish that swims upstream either. That's too much effort. When the universe is truly in something, it typically becomes effortless. Effortless. The practice, the working on your craft will always be the sacrifice you pay for the effortlessness that you will receive. But when God is in something, it typically comes with ease. Kind of how you know if you're supposed to be in a place. If you are currently doing something, everybody listening to me, and you're trying really hard to get it done, you're doing it incorrectly. Yes. I didn't say don't work hard. It's two different statements. We're saying if you got to force it, if you have to, you're doing the wrong thing. Yeah, she asked me, can I give an example? Who here has a dream that you just, like this year, you either found a new passion for it, or you said, this is it. I'm like, sugar, this is my last shot. I need someone as an example to give her an example. Who here is getting like, and don't say nothing. If you still got a plan B, it's not you. So don't even say nothing. If you got a plan B, it's not you. If you have alternatives, it's not you. If you still have a job, it's not you. It can't be. Who out here? Okay, Frida says it. Well, okay, Frida, give it to me.
Yeah, my plan is I'm in the process of starting a tech company.
Fair enough. Explain to me in the process. Go for it. Let me hear it.
Well, I've gotten my my TIN number, writing my business plan.
Okay, no, you good. You can stop right there. Okay, good. Thank you so much. It's not you either. I apologize. Not you either. You're almost there. At least you're taking action. It's almost there. I know. Let me. Is there anybody here? 100 besides Philly Susan, because they're already doing it. They've been doing it since the 80s. Not them. But you have a renewed version. Is there anybody here right now that you have put all your eggs in one basket? If you fail, you lose everything. 100% everything.
Antonio, me.
Okay, good.
Me.
I believe that. Yes. I believe that because we talk all the time. Actually, and you did put your eggs in the basket. He had a rough 6 months. Yeah. So there you go. Good. Ibrahim is a good example here. Fantastic. and right. And Frida, and I meant no disrespect to you. There's a difference between what I was asking and what y'all perceive as working hard. When you give up everything, when you I'm sorry, let me repeat the question. Grace is asking, can you give an example of how it should be effortless? It's an example of Grace, and that'll be cohesively. Yes, her too. I know it. I know it. I was waiting on her to say something because I've been working with her the whole time, and I had to force her out there. Stop! Boom! Jump out there. And I pushed her in the back, and she had whiplash, and she fell down a mountain, and then she didn't even fly. She just broke her face, and she had to pick her face back up. You know? Yes, she didn't even fly. I pushed her out there for sure. And Queen Chi, and here's good. That's 2 people out of 24 plus. What's the truth? All caps. I can't stand you. There's 2 people out of 24 plus. You know, you are, and that's not a diss. This is how the world works. It's only 1% of the world living all their dreams. So this is not like some astronomical number that, you know what I'm saying? This is, you're kind of in alignment with, even in alignment with the 80-20 rule here. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay. That makes sense. Ibrahim and Queen Chi, since they're all in, and they're working their tails off, because if they do not win, they perish. Like Think and Grow Rich, doesn't it feel? If they do not win, they perish. You understand? Yeah. Okay. So what happens is, once you're in that position where you've burnt the ships, you have nothing to do, you're getting shot at, then the path forward is always the path of ease. Not you taking it easy, because you can't. When you're giving it all, you can't take it easy. Your whole life is hell. Frida, your life is there, correct. You need to shift that energy from your life to your business now. You get it? From your life to your business. Because what you were supposed to, because your life is there. You're absolutely right, because you just did the whole, bye y'all. You just did the whole thing. You just did the whole thing. You really did. You really did. You right. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right. No, you really did. And when you're on the battlefield, are you going to take the route not to get shot in the neck with a round this big, with 30,000 of those bullets are going in this way, and there's landmines, and there's a tank over there? Or are you going to say, ooh, there's a little bit of hope, right? I may die, but if I catch it right here, right now, without effort, I can squeeze in there almost effortlessly. I don't have much of a window, but I can get there. This is what I'm talking about. There's a football way to explain this. When a runner runs through the line, so there's a lot of college football fans here, that running back has, at best, half a second to hit that hole between the guard and the tackle. At best, half a second. The superstar running backs gets there in half of a second, because every block has to do their perfect assignments, and that hole is going to be open just for a moment. And if you hit that hole right and at full speed, you probably will break into the secondary, and then all hell breaks loose. A football analogy. And I'm trying to say that on the football field, there's 22 men, 11 on each side. And the defense is running quite a few possible defenses. Cover 3, that means the secondary right now has 3 people in it, and they're each taking each third of the field. Cover 3, cover third. Cover 2, that means there are 4 people in the secondary now, 2 in what you call the flats, the cornerbacks, and they're covering the flats. Everything that is line of scrimmage to about 15 yards deep in the flats, while 2 people are covering the deep half of the field. one-on-one or man coverage. And I got number 22, right? No matter what number 22 do, this is what we do. And all this here means nothing. 4 people on that line. And 4 people on the line, it don't matter. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. This big behemoth in front of me. Big behemoth. Every down is a violent collision between 300-pound men that can run 4.6 in the 40. It don't make no sense. It doesn't.
Not really, no.
It makes absolutely no sense. They're hitting each other with the precision and the impact of a car collision going at 30 miles per hour every down. And you got to have all this chaos I just said, and everywhere you're going to die except for this one hole for half a second. That's how the universe works. Got it now?
Yes. Now, so that half a second hold, that's the ease, right?
Sorry.
Yes. that hold, that's the ease, right? So, because you said you don't work hard to get it. So I'm trying to see. You say you do work hard. So the running backs going to practice, practicing the drills, doing all that. That's the working hard part, right?
Right. That's you. That's you giving everything for your dreams. All that hard work comes in working on your craft, and being like that's the tilling the land. That's the all that hard work of your mother giving birth to you, ripping her skin apart, and then getting sick every morning, and you all on her ribs when she's trying to go to sleep. All that stuff is the price you pay for the little bundle of joy that is Susan Sorrentino, right? All that stuff is that price you pay for that bundle of joy. You got to pay. You have to pay the price because the universe ain't gonna let you make it without doing it. I don't want to convince you this is a sacrificial world, but I do want to convince you that every action has an opposite and equal reaction. So if you're trying to get a big breakthrough, you also owe the universe big commitment. That's what I'm trying to convince you here. This isn't a sacrificial universe. This is a manifestation, not something you manipulate, but something you expect, receive, and walk into. Go ahead, Phil.
There's a book called The E-Myth. You familiar with it?
Yep.
More than 1 million copies sold. It's why most small businesses don't work and what to do about it. And they asked him, they say, like to share what's thoughts about small business. And people, the question is often asked me, what do owners of extraordinary business know that the rest don't? Contrary to popular belief, my experience has shown that people who are exceptionally good in business aren't so because they know, but because of their insatiable need to know more.
Facts. Absolute facts. And just crave that reading. Pick up that newspaper. What's going on here? Like I've been watching the Capitol thingies differently. I'm not unique. I've just been watching them. I want to learn. I've been watching the 48 Laws of Power of it all from every single person, and things like that. Absolutely. But Grace, you're going to, but think about this. As soon as your mother gives birth, like it's hell. The whole, it's actually more than 9 months, like 10 months. The whole 40 weeks is hell. Throw up. And then she's smelling everything. 2 blocks away. The sense of smell. 2 blocks away. She's just, come on, y'all need to spray something. You know what I'm saying? Smelling everything. And then you just in there kicking. Go sleep. You know, all that stuff. And then she has to dilate. Now she's open to infection. She can't, your mother ain't bend over in 9 months. Can't even, touch her toes, all that stuff. Can't even wash her feet right in the bathtub. Can't do none of that. Because the universe requires said sacrifice. And don't think this is not true. This is a natural law because elephants carry their babies for like 48 months. It's something crazy like that. Look it up for me. It's ridiculous. The bigger the blessing, the longer you will have to commit to see that blessing through. However, once you get to, how many?
18 to 22 months.
18 to 22 months.
Gestation.
18, 22 months, elephants hold their blessing. However, once that skin breaks, Tracy, enough. Effortlessly. It just boom. Bam. You don't even, like all that pain only has a certain threshold. After that, the body go in shock. And you be like, oh my God, give me my baby. Yeah, you out there hemorrhaging and everything. And you don't even know all that. You got your little baby in your hand and all that stuff like that. Because the universe has this window of time in every moment that you're doing. And it'll say, this way, Jerome, real quick. The universe likes speed. You be like, nah, I'm gonna keep thinking. All right. Hold closed, and you try to go through it, bam! And now all of a sudden you can't do what you've been trying to do.
Antonio.
So yes, sir. Uh-oh, there you go.
I knew a woman who tried to have kids 13 times, and every time she'd lose the baby in the first or second trimester, end up in the hospital. But they kept trying. The couple kept trying, and on their 14th try, they had my elder brother, their first child. And then 3 years later, it was me. So, they put in a lot of effort. And I hope, makes proud because I'm not sure. I want to live my life. But, yeah, they like.
You made yourself at the end, Ibrahim. You say, yeah, like most. He's not going to come back. You have to work hard. That's a terrible phrase in this because that phrase would be great if I was talking in general, but I'm being very specific here. You have to have big commitment. Okay. You have to have big commitment to your breakthrough. But you have to be smart enough to finally listen to the Oprahs, to the Antonios that tell you just go to the next best move. Find the path of least resistance when you're there. You have to finally listen for once. Because if you're kicking down doors, you're not supposed to be there. There's a time to kick down doors, but that is not part of the manifestation process. Because if you had to strain to manifest, then how could there be a vibrational equivalent in existence then? The mere fact that there's a vibrational equivalent in existence means there is ease to get that thing. I'm not the first person to say that. Earl Nightingale says, beginning the strangest secret, the moment a man thinketh, it is his. How can it not be his? It's exactly what that says. Abraham Hicks tells you, find the path of least resistance. Oprah says, go from your next, the goal is to be still and go to your next move. And your next move, Jesus says, nothing is impossible with God. We can do this all day long. There is a gestation period that you owe big commitment. You go punched in the throat. This is your job. It is your reasonable service. But once you're on the battlefield, I see what I'm saying too. Once you're on the battlefield, your job is not to run towards bullets. It's just that simple. You're not supposed to run towards bullets. I didn't say there won't be bullets everywhere, Arshia. I just said there's a window of no bullets for just a little bit. Least resistance. Go over there. It is that simple. Go ahead, Grace.
Okay. So I think my hang up is you think you don't have to force it. So example, if you tell me, hey Grace, I need you to go and get 5 sales, you got 1 hour. You know me, I'm feeling like, oh, okay, so let me do it. And you always telling me, hey, I need you to relax or whatever. I'm trying to see how not to force that because my mind goes there that, okay, I got to go get this done.
You should ask a rich person that same question. I would do that if I was you.
I do that too.
No, do it again.
Okay, Antonio, if you had to make 5 calls and make 5 sales, 10 sales in 1 hour, what would you do?
The first thing I would do is I wouldn't make 10 sales in 1 hour. I would say 10 sales in a second. That's the first thing I would do. The first thing I would do is I would never accept your timeline for my prosperity. Did y'all hear me? That's the first thing. That's the first thing. I would never accept your timeline for my prosperity. Now, I would say, what's the easiest way to get 10 sales in 1 second? And then I would go bribe people ethically with ease to get 10 sales. How much are you selling something for? Give it to me. Doesn't matter. I'll make it $1 million. I need to get $10 million sales in 1 second. And I know, well, let's be more realistic so everybody can receive it. I need to get 10 $400 sales in 1 hour, but I want them in 1 second. All right, then. The first thing I would do, the second thing I would do is I will go online wherever those 10 people are. Ease. Then I would do a giveaway for only 7 people. Ease. Then I would say, regardless if you get this, if you buy this or not, you win anyway. Ease. And then I'm only asking for 7. Now I got 43 people. Somewhere in that 43, 10 of them are qualified because I only went to where the qualified people are. And I ethically bribe them by saying, I didn't come here to sell you. That's the second part I want to do. But since I have to inconvenience you and sell you, take this wonderful thing you want anyway for no charge. Don't even need
Antonio,
your credit card. Yes, sir.
so you're trying to align 2 seemingly contradictory ideas. The law of action, the universe rewards action. And second, law of reverse effort. The harder you try, the more you try, the harder you'll fall. It seems like these 2 laws contradict each other, but they don't, because see, the universe is bifurcated. You have your solo game, the highest version, best version, the most far ahead version of yourself, and then there is a comparative game where you are playing, I am, and so on. Now, we could say that if you were trying to be a writer and I was trying to build a tech company, we would both be failing spectacularly. Because of our wills, we'll keep getting up, but we wouldn't win the game of being the best and the most and the highest version of ourselves, because we would be stuck somewhere in the middle. So that does not mean that I don't have to put effort into my writing and you don't have to put effort into, like, you don't have to put the work into building your tech company. It just means for 1 unit of effort you put into your tech company, you get twice the reward. And for 1 unit of action or effort I put into my writing, I get twice the reward. And I'm in a tech company, 10 times the effort and getting one step ahead. And you're in writing where you're putting in 5 times the effort and getting one step ahead.
Right.
So yes, action is required. But the moment you notice that 1 unit of your action is getting you poorer results than 1 unit of everybody else's action, get out of that. That's not your purpose. That's not what's going to get you to the best version of yourself. And I like one thing about you is that you knock as many doors of fortune as possible. And one key example was you running for office. It was, you would have to put 20 times the effort because of the structure that the political state is in over there. You'd have 30 times the effort, one step ahead as a Ram or a Ted Cruz or even Joe Biden. So that would be a bad game to play for your self, because you wouldn't be the best version of yourself or the highest manifestation for yourself. So number one job for everyone should find that one thing where 1 unit of effort is getting you slightly even one everyone else is putting in. For me, that's writing. I outwrite everyone. I get the best rates in writing now. So I've noticed that that's one thing where I just literally, the minimal effort that I put in is just 10, 20 times better than the average writer. And it gets 10, 20 times better the results. So this is not ego. This is literally the objective results.
No, that's 100%. That's 100%.
So
that's 100%.
Action is still required. Action is still required. You will still fall on your butt. But compared to other people in the same lane, you will be going ahead. It will seem comparatively effortless because compared to other lanes where you put in effort, this one is going to get you ahead. It will be easier compared to others.
That's right. Very well said. Y'all clap for that. Very, 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 very well said. He's right. If I'm sorry, and I can write well. I would die trying to write Ibrahim's volume. I get bored, and then I'd be like, and then I would let my boredom distract me. So here I am using my boredom as an excuse to get distracted while Ibrahim is running circles around me. And then he come over here and start teching and all. It's not gonna work. So I want to say a lot of things because we're talking. All this is about money. Please, 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 please hear every single thing I'm about to say, and I want you to write everything down. I'm going to start off with the simplest thing so far. I plant avocados in my gardens. I love avocados. Susan even approves of me eating avocados, just not too many in one sitting, not too many. Not too many. And I have one avocado tree that I grew in a can. I saw it on YouTube. I took a bean can and I put it in there, and it's nice. It's a little skinny, a little stink up, and it's got the little avocados, and now it's heavy and it pulls it down. I got one in the ground, Susan. It looks like a tree. It don't look like it was in a can because it took the path of least resistance and got a chance to grow exceedingly according to its purpose. The other one was restricted in that can, and it looks like a little stick coming out of a can. It is that simple. We're not talking about what I know or what you know. We're talking about nature, and nature is the greatest algorithm of all time. There is no computer program better than nature. You're not going to find one. It's the first social media. And it's the first robotics. Whatever you want to say that you like, nature has been doing TikTok way before TikTok got here. Way before. So I'm going to give you 4 laws that let me read here. The law of action and the law of reverse effort go hand in hand. Absolutely. He said, tell me to explain a little better. And I will here in a second. I'm going to give you 4 laws that I get. And Queen Chi, you need these more than anybody because you're about to rock the stage. Now, yes, absolutely. And I don't mean need from a place of lack. I'm saying if there's any way if there's anywhere she was supposed to be right now, it was supposed to be here due to the universe folding upon itself for her. Number one, the law of subconscious activity. This is 100% facts. It would never go anywhere. I was actually writing a book about this and I killed the book. Law of subconscious activity. Whatever thought or idea that gets mixed with emotions that you hold in your consciousness, the mind will accept it as commands and instructions. Whatever thought that you are holding in your mind, when you mix it with emotions, the mind will accept it as strong commands and instructions. Now, there's better definitions out there, but I'm giving you Antonio Smith definitions. And but that's plain as plain can be. And hear me very well. When you think I have to work hard, okay, mind, we heard you. You're passionate about that, huh? Black woman, got to work twice as hard as white people, huh? Okay. Means you're going to get twice as less all the time unless you're doing twice the work. And every time you don't do twice the work, according to your beliefs, you will get no breakthrough from us because we've accepted it as strong command that you can only get abundance and prosperity when you're working 2 times as hard as the people you're watching. So if you're not watching someone, you
I need some reprogramming bad.
You do, right? If you're not watching, if you're not, we're talking about just the Black culture, right? If you're not watching white people, you're not blessed. If you're watching them, but not working 2 times harder than them, we can't give you what you asked for. We're surprisable. That's not what you said. If you keep saying the word, I'm trying, fine. We're going to give you more circumstances to keep trying. So you're going to get right there and fail so you can try all over again because that's what you want. Yay, try. Yeah, I get it? Yeah. That's just one. These 4 I'm about to give you go hand in hand with hard work hard, fight for it. And if you think you have to fight for everything, guess what? The only time you're ever going to be in abundance is when you're fighting. All right. That's what you're telling the universe. So your relationship can have no
My
peace.
God. I've been screwing myself for a very, very, very long time.
Okay? You can only make money when you fighting. When you fighting yourself, fighting your physical, fighting to pay. Here's the deal. If you think you can only make money, if you think you can only have prosperity while fighting, you got to fight for everything you got. And y'all like you wear it as a badge of honor. I had to fight for everything. Dolores got on camera today and say, well, what do you do? Whether you're 35 or whatever she said she was, you've been doing it all your time. Okay, so guess what? What's going to happen is her money will only ever show up in her life when she's doing it all by herself, all at the time, which means she has to attract people who need her money just so she can have friction in her relationship to say, no, I got to do this all by myself. I got to be careful what you're putting out because everything you put out is a spell. If you want to be right all the time, everybody in your life want to prove you wrong just so you can be right all the time. When I explained this to Tempest, if she cried. When I said, I had a breakthrough, because I said, Tempest, your problem is every time you want to be abundant, you shut off. And you stop talking to everybody. You stop talking to us. You don't talk. And you do this. And you be quiet for 2 months. I say, so abundance is attached to violence for you. That's the only time you can actually attract abundance is when you're violently separating yourself. If you don't be careful, you're going to have a violent, separated life. Because that's what you told the universe to give you. I'm trying to give y'all a breakthrough in this money. Come on, Grace.
So I'm telling the universe the only time abundance can come is when my back is against the wall and is at the very last minute.
And the universe says your wish is my command. Grace, F your wish. Forget everything. We don't need your car engine light is going to stay on. We need your back against the wall forever, because the only way we can find you, the only way I'm God, Grace, and the only way I can love you is to put the back against the wall. I want to love you by making the crooked places straight and the high places low, but you told me, God the Father, to just love you when you under pressure. Therefore, here's some pressure. It's the only time you talk to me. Grace, I'm God. The only time you tell me thank you is when the wall is on your back. And I like hearing thank you, so here's 5 walls.
And I'm gonna wake up just saying thank you.
So you wake up to just money then. You get it? You get it? All right. I'm trying to help y'all, and I'm putting in Ibrahim's law of attraction and law of inversion thing all in the same time. Like, I want you to receive that your money is behaving like you.
Yeah.
It is.
I know.
Antonio.
Your money is, yes, sir.
I think it's just that people have such a hard time treating money like it's an entity. They treat it like dead matter.
Right.
Like the paper it's printed on, or it's on the screen that represented. But look, if you apply the same thing to, like, say, relationships, literally your beliefs become self-fulfilling prophecies. And of course, every relationship needs action. But if you have to fight for your relationship every single day, that's not it. And if you really believe that you have to just keep fighting with your partner every single day to hold it all together, then you will have to fight your partner every single day to hold it all together. And money is just a representation of people. Money is just a representation of people. I give Antonio $100. That just means what Antonio is giving me is worth $100 of my time, or my assets, or my wealth. It's money is just a representation of people. Like if you're playing a video game,
oh, you start breaking up on us right there.
You're moving. Hold on. I'm saying that if you're playing a game,
no, you
and you have a character with which you're playing in a PS4, you don't treat that character as if it's dead. You're like, oh, that's my representation in that PS4. Money is your representation in the game of capitalism. You control it. It's a living thing. You control it. Others control it. So treat it as a living thing. And just like with people, your beliefs become your self-fulfilling prophecy. With money as well, your beliefs become the self-fulfilling prophecy that is your bank.
Wow. That was beautiful. I've never heard someone make money an avatar for your personal self. That was the most incredible analogy I think I've heard in a long time. And he said, you know how you can play video?
Antonio,
it makes plenty of sense.
I've been binging the handouts from your past 30 lectures. That's why this is in me. Yes, for the past 2 days, I've been turning that stuff into workbooks. So that's why I'm so knowledgeable.
That's why. That's awesome. Yeah. He's doing work. I'm working on. I'm turning all this into one big financial book with workbooks and stuff. So it makes sense that Ibrahim's doing the workbooks and stuff for me for sure. He's been benching. That was beautiful. This man said, same way you get your little video game character, you buy the little things to make it look good. You put on the outfit, you work 6 hours on your Sims character, you do all this stuff, and you say, this is my character. Out in the gaming world, money is your avatar out in the real world. Number 2, well, I said I'm running in order in my head. Subconscious activity, law of expectations. Simple. Whatever you expect with confidence will have a tendency to materialize in your life. Y'all have more confidence in the struggle than you do abundance. I need you. Remember, the question, the resistance came upon this call. What you mean? Hold on. What you mean now? Not work hard. Wait a minute. You mean like effortless? It's supposed to be effortlessly? Hell no. That's why it's hard for me. Yeah, I'm telling you why, man. Think about the resistance on this call, not malicious resistance. We're talking about the boom, hit a block, auto-suggestion said, get that out of here. Stupid Phil, I didn't want to hear what he said anyway. Get out of here, right? That's the auto-suggestion. It hits it, Phil says something good, you'd be like, Phil say, you know what you should do? You'd be like, well, Phil, I don't want to do that because get out of here, right? I hear y'all do it all the time when he give y'all the good idea. The law of expectation says whatever you expect with confidence will have a tendency to materialize in your life. So if you think working hard for money, if you think working hard for what you want, if you think I've got to study real hard for my keynote, guess what? This life will give you, I've got to study hard for my keynote. And what does, Antonio, so what does study hard for my keynote look like? Because I want to study hard. I want to give God my all. Watch it, Jerome, because that's not what that means. If you want to study hard for your keynote, this is what the universe says. Okay. So as soon as you're ready to study, your phone is about to ring 30 times. Who know what I'm talking about? As soon, Dolores, you want to do that magazine, huh? As soon as you sit down and do that magazine, all hell for the break loose. Your cousin needs you, by the way.
Yeah.
Right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you said, I want to work hard. I want to study hard. So the universe is going to give Adonia a bunch of reasons to say, no, I have to study hard. No. I need you to think about don't think about the universe as this loving, kind genie that wants to give you everything you want. The Secret movie said that. I forgot the guy's name. Okay? He said that in the Secret movie. Let's put an Antonio spin on it now. Keep that. Now think about the words that come out of your mouth and your dominant thoughts as the Antonio sneaky genie that's just trying to get free. So everything you say, I'm going to make it go to hell. You say, I want to live forever. That's great. No problem. I'll put you in a coma so you can live forever. All right, think about it. No, I need you to think about the universe is the kindest, most gentle genie possible to give you everything you want. And then think about Antonio is your dominant thoughts. I'm the genie of your dominant thoughts. And I'm always trying to give you exactly what you said in the evil way. That's your negative dominant thoughts. And you don't even recognize them as negative. But every time you say, got to work hard for money, okay, say less. Thou shalt not receive money unless you are working very hard. So that whole plan that Antonio told you to do, do the sales funnel, do this here. You're like, why is mine not working? Because it can't work. Because you didn't say, let this sales funnel work with ease. You said, let this sales funnel work at a hard time. Therefore, you got what you asked. Can you see how there's two of them that say, these two things are reinforcing that one thing. Yeah, go ahead. Yes, sir.
If I were a billionaire and I wanted to keep just my family, a family of billionaires, I would intentionally program the education system to make people confidently believe that struggle equals fortune. Keep them struggling with their.
You muted yourself, Ibrahim. Last thing we heard was even struggling.
Oh, yeah. So my point is that if I were a billionaire, wanted just my family to be a billionaire and everyone else to struggle, then I would program the education system to make people confidently believe that struggle equals fortune, and then
That's right.
they will just keep.
That's right. And then you stay out of my success, because struggle equals fortune. He's absolutely right. It's exactly what I would do. It's actually not only is that what I would do, that's in one of the laws of 33 strategies of war, by the way. But I'm not going to tell you which one. You need to go read it yourself. You need to go read it yourself. Do one thing, convince the masses to do the other. Third law of grace. All the time. Hold on, let me look at my little book I used. Okay, law of habit. I'm starting with my memory. Law of habit. Simple. I'll even copy and paste it for you. Firstly, everything you do is automatic. Yep. You can be like, especially our shit. You know, all these music artists, they creative, they're always unique. No, you're not. You're not unique. You are the sum equation of your habits.
Lies, I tell you.
See. I know. It's always the creators that always think they're unique. You are unique, but your habits are not unique. And you only do what your habits do, nothing else. That's why if I walk up to Tracy right now and slap her in her face, whatever her habits are, look at it, she just smiled. I dare you. I dare you. Do it. Go ahead. Because she's only going to do her habits in that case. All that practice, I love the Lord. You ain't got time for all that. Slap, and whatever your habits say you are is what you're going to do. She's just like, don't you, Antonio, all right now. Right? Because you get it. Whatever you do, whatever you're doing right now, you have created a habit for it. Antonio, what are you saying? It sounds like you're saying the same thing you just said twice before. Yep. I'm saying, not only did you convince your mind you can only get money when you struggle, not only do you expect, which is emotion, that you can get your money when you struggle, you only have a habit of getting money when you struggle. How you do anything is how you do everything. That's why I said every chance I get. And lastly, the law of attraction. Kind of makes sense, right? This is the granddaddy of them all. There is no law. Actually, yeah, law of attraction. It's the granddaddy of them all. You are a living magnet. You inevitably, that means if I drop this tile, it will fall. But I'm Muslim, but I'm Christian, but I'm a good person, and it don't matter. Get your butt off that building, get on the 20-foot building and jump down and see if your prayer life will stop you from cracking your legs open. You can pray all you want to. Gravity is going to say, oh, man, you prayed and fell at the same time. That is a good thing. Look at you with your praying self. Real talk. Because the law of attraction is not just a law. It is a prison. Hopefully, you can just make your prison full of milk and honey and everything you want. Hopefully. I can't tell you what it's going to be like when you ascend and float off to something that you're trying to, nirvana. I can't tell you what the law of attraction is going to do up there. Probably ain't even the law of attraction. But on this earth, inevitable. Nothing you can do. It is physics. Law of attraction is actually the side effect of the law of vibration. Everything is in vibration. So since everything is vibrating, every single thing is magnetized. And you are a magnet. And you're magnetizing everything to you. And in y'all case, when it comes to money, you have magnetized detrimental circumstances that surround your money. So what I've been doing behind the scenes is I've been figuring out, okay, Grace knows it. Grace knows it. I've been figuring out, okay, what's the path of least resistance for Phil and Susan, for Grace, and for Jerry Potter now? Like, I literally like doing all these things, and I finally found something that seems to work 100% of the time. It's not that, when we find out, 2 days ago? Mm-hmm. 2 days ago, 48 hours ago. Finally found something work 100% of the time. And it has nothing to do with me, because I recognize I'm not the one that's going to be doing the work, so I have to do Deanna, Grace, and Frida. And so I have to somehow take my desire and then filter it through their law of attraction. Hardest struggle that I can possibly think of having. I'm like, man, this should work. It ain't working. Damn it. Let's talk. Let's meet. Give me what's tell me what happened. Yeah, tell me what happened. And I'm trying to dissect where is the perfect problem that I need to get around. It's not that somebody did something wrong. It's my attraction met them, and it was like, get that out of here. Move. Now we do it this way. And then we're not talking about methods. We're talking about how do you manifest money into bank accounts when it's got to go through 3 different hands before it gets there. It's a doozy. So what I've been doing, and what I've been doing for the last 3 months, every day, it's been so funny, Susan. New plan, like every day. That ain't work. New plan. That ain't work. And we finally 48 hours, because Grace was the toughest cookie for this one. Like, finally 48 hours, and then boom. So now I know after not New Year's, the thing that's coming up, July 5th. 4th. So, after the Independence Day, I know exactly what to do until it don't do it no more. And then what you do? You find the next path of least resistance. You know what I'm saying? I cannot stress this to you enough, because right now, I had Grace and Jerry a picture yesterday. I don't know what is going on with Jerry. I'm not saying anything. It could be good, could be bad. I have no idea. I just know by the time he got that picture, his law of habit, law of expectation, law of this, law of that would have filtered that picture through a message that I can no longer control. And that's with everybody on the planet. By the time Jerome says, Antonio, man, I want to say this to you. After that, Jerome has no longer control over his message. Because however I am perceiving Jerome is his message. It don't matter what he's saying. Right. Forget what he's saying. As soon as he activated one of my triggers, he no longer has control over that message. There ain't no message. But this is a get on me session. You talking about me. And you're going to feel it too the whole time, if that's your trigger, right? All I was trying to do is say, good job today. But I went, I don't need you to tell me that, man. Or whatever we do. You know what we do. You know what we do. So let's wrap this up. Money is not real. The relationship with money, that is. Money doesn't exist. It's something we made up. Here's this towel. this could be in the bank right now, and I say this is money. The government has the right to call this legal tender right now, should they want to. They can do it right now. Just like, for now, bottle caps, it's legal tender. And you have people out there collecting bottle caps and stuff right now. They can do whatever they want. But your relationship with receiving something, that's our problem. That's our problem. It's why it took me 53 classes to talk about money. Because had I started off this way, you would have treated money as some esoteric thing. You better not. Money is not esoteric. Money is as simple as the relationship you have with your pinky toe. It's there. If you hurt it, you're going to feel it. If you bless it, you won't even notice it. And that's kind of the point of life. To have so much money, you don't even notice you got it. I was telling Deanna, see, I had my top tooth pulled out. And apparently the dentist says I have the strongest, I had all my teeth in there. And I got all the room, Susan, for all 34 teeth or whatever it is. All the room, strong gums, I got all my wisdom teeth. I have all my wisdom teeth. I have all my bones are strong. It took him forever to put out because I got enough space in my gums. My gums are strong and my bones are like crazy strong. And he was like, man, you've got some of the strongest teeth I've ever seen in my life. And you got all the room. And what happened, he had to pull out and he had to lean on the chair field and pull it out. And when he pulled it out, I couldn't figure out why the hell I'm not healing. Well, when we went back 2 days ago, there was a big piece of bone sideways, keeping my thing open when it was sharp. And I told him, yeah, my bones are just as stubborn as me. That's just what I told him. And this is it. 2 days ago, he took it out. Now I'm at zero pain for the last 2 days. Mm-hmm. And there's a lesson there. I kept saying to myself, why the hell I'm not healing? This don't make no sense. I heal quickly. And this just literally don't make no sense at all. And now all of a sudden, I told Dan last night, I said, I just realized I haven't had pain in 2 days. Yeah. When your stuff is working right, you don't even notice it. I've been paying attention to my teeth for 12 days now. As soon as the Lord blessed me to get better, I took it for granted. Like, oh my God, money should be that way. Your money should 100% be that way. To where you're like, oh, I forgot I had money. You need something? It really is that simple. So let me give you some actionable or maybe two actionable things I want you to do. You have your business. You're like Dolores, you have your business. You're eating your applesauce, which you should not be eating. Applesauce is very unhealthy. It really is. It's full of sugar. It's the sugariest part of the apple with sugar added in it. I'm making Susan proud right now. I'm making Susan proud. Just eat the apple. Just eat the apple. Don't eat the apple. Or drink the apple juice. That's even worse. Unless it's apple juice you made, but that's even worse. So while you're drinking your apple juice that you shouldn't be having, or eating your applesauce that you should not have, this is the weekend. And today's the 1st. They feel like me and Jerome, the government just paid you. Shout out to the government. We like that. We like that a lot. And everybody is about have fun. Mm-hmm. Witches will be, right now it's raining really hard in Galaxy. I heard Susan say it was on national news. Yeah. Susan, right now there's a witch or someone who believes in nature right now outside doing this to catch all that energy. Right now, there's someone outside right now having a ball. Give it all to me. Store it up. Somebody just put their water outside right now. Let the storm charge it. I'm telling you, whatever you're doing, There's a market for it. Please don't just barbecue this weekend. And if you barbecue, record it and make a video out of it or something, because money should be effortless. You don't have to be, I know you're not doing videos because I got to wait till I get there. No, you don't. You don't have to wait for anything. Oprah, I'm going to let Oprah tell it to you one more time and we are done. Oprah is going to tell you the goal. Oprah, no mistakes. The goal is to be still and find your next best move. This is so important for your understanding. So I'm going to let Oprah have the last, but I'm going to set it up in a way I want you to hear it. I know you know what to do, but is it the best next thing to do for your life? That's the question. I have a podcast at 1:00 on the show. I love this. I love the name of the show. What is it? Shit Show in My 20s. I love it. I absolutely love it because my 20s was a full shit show. There's no doubt about it. It's perfect. And that's what it is. A bunch of people who pass their 20s that tell us about, hey, you 20-year-olds, don't do this. Right? It's perfect. I love it. And all I know is the next best move for me to do is to talk to that host like they have 2 billion people who are going to listen. Why? Be famous? No. Because Antonio has a goal to serve 2 billion people a month through his company. And if I don't treat every opportunity like that now, then the universe says, well, we gave you all these opportunities, you didn't think about it then. You were never faithful. So my next best move is to treat one person like that one person is going to go talk to 2 billion. The reward doesn't matter where it comes from. When I got on the phone with Tracy, it was, Tracy, I'm going to give you everything I got because I believe my 2 billion people monthly come from Tracy somehow. That's my next best move. And my next best move. I don't know what yours is, but I can tell you, whatever blessing God has for me and the way I treated Tracy ain't got to come for Tracy. I just expect it to come without having any evidence for it to come. Oprah, Celedonia, what we talking about?
I just want to end with this. There are no mistakes. There really aren't any, because you have a supreme destiny. When you're in your little mind, in your little personality mind, where you're not centered, where you really don't know who you are, that you come from something greater and bigger, and that we really all are the same. When you don't know that, you get all flustered. You get stressed all the time, wanting something to be what it isn't. There is a supreme moment of destiny calling on your life. Your job is to feel that, to hear that, to know that. And sometimes when you're not listening, you get taken off track. You get in the wrong marriage, the wrong relationship, you take the wrong job. Yeah, but it's all leading to the same path. There are no wrong paths. There are none. There's no such thing as failure, really, because failure is just that thing trying to move you in another direction. So you get as much from your losses as you do from your victories, because the losses are there to wake you up. The losses are to say, fool, that is why you go to school. So that CBS can call you. So when you understand that, you don't allow yourself to be completely thrown by a grade or by a circumstance, because your life is bigger than any one experience. And if I always ask people on Super Soul Sunday to tell me, what would you say to your younger self? Every person says in one form or another, I would have said, relax, relax. It's gonna be okay. It really is gonna be okay. Because even if you're on a detour right now, and that's how you know, when you're not at ease with yourself, when you're feeling like, oh, shouldn't be that is the cue that you need to be moving in another direction. Don't let yourself get all thrown off, continue to be thrown off course. When you're feeling off course, that's the key. How do I turn around? So when everybody was talking about, when I started this network, if I had only known, good Lord, how difficult it would be. The way through the challenge is to get still and ask yourself, what is the next right move? Not think about, oh, I got all of this stuff. What is the next right move? And then from that space, make the next right move and the next right move. And not to be overwhelmed by it, because you know your life is bigger than that one moment. You know you're not defined by what somebody says is a failure for you, because failure is just there to point you in a different direction.
Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plant better. You can dominate. Thank you, everybody. We will see you Tuesday. Everybody will have Monday off, obviously. Tuesday, everybody. All right. Love you, everybody.
Love
Have a good one. Good luck, Queen T.
Have a great
Thank
weekend,
you.
Queen G. Love y'all.
Enjoy,